Alright friends, a wonderful good afternoon and welcome back to my channel. It's actually itching me to play blue-white again, but I would only want to do so when and to test out the new Teferi as well as Dovin's Veto, maybe. So we're gonna wait. I think this week it's gonna be implemented here on Modo. We're gonna wait a little bit more and then test it out. And as long as that's on hold, we're back on Grixis. And yep, the list doesn't or hasn't changed a whole lot. I put in two fatal pushes again and kept the Lilianas, so now we're pretty close to what I played last time. And something is not correct here. Why does this look differently? Struct tournaments. I would like to play with Grixis control. Oh, it just wasn't in modern. Alright. So we join a little game here. Last Friday there was the modern MCQ, which I would have liked to participate in, but I think like in December I had close to 90 qualifier points, and it's 35 to participate, and I never actually used any of the qualifier points, and now I was 6 qualifier points short, and I'm still not sure what these modern points are good for, but we'll find out in time. We're on the draw here against Zxrogue. We're going to keep because if our opponent is as I expect him to be... Oh no, actually he might be playing blue-whites. Nope, not blue-whites. Oh, we shall see. Alright, Lily. Inquisition might be good. Still no clue what our opponent's up to, so we're gonna leave it on top and... Oh, might be Sultai Reclamation here. Yeah, pretty sure it's Sultai Reclamation. So we're gonna go with an Inquisition. I think we need to take the Snapcaster Mage here. So assume he's fetching, yeah, just to play around Nimble, because he knows we're playing it. So let's see here. There's the bird that we need. Cryptic Command's also good because of the mystical teachings. He opted already, I think. Yes, so there's just a remand. So I probably want to have both of these. The question is, we could force through a Liliana, and he probably would. Like, if we go next turn, yeah, I think I want to have both in this order. Which means that we need triple black next turn, and that means triple black and triple blue, just in case. So now, pretty sure that we could force Liliana here, and that he will have problems to get rid of her, because he doesn't have blue for Teferi yet, if he's even playing it, as some lists are. And otherwise, I think there's only Cryptic. Of course, he could Cryptic with Mystical Teachings, but I assume that he would Mystical Teaching in response to Thoughtseize. And if he doesn't, yeah, the thing is, I don't just want to counter the teachings without Cryptic. There's Reclamation. The overall problem is that our opponent does have more resources in terms of mana and counter magic. And our removal's pretty dead. Also, we need to play around that remand, but I'm gonna force the Jace next turn, I think. And if he's gonna remand that one, just value, alright? That's fine by me. Let's see what he does here. Probably just fetching a fail push with the other teachings here. Yeah. Which is fine. Okay, no additional land drop. And so next, no sixth land drop here means that he cannot just teachings for additional value. Alright, getting rid of the remounts. I'm fine with that. Alright, now let's see what he does. Definitely doesn't have another land in hand, because he needs the lands and he just drew the 6th here. Sure. 3rd mystical teachings, my goodness. That is just insane. So, alright, abrupt decay. Sure. And another remand. So here comes Jace. He's got a lot of value in his graveyard with 3 mystical teachings, and I guess this is just gonna be another fatal push, which is just hyper annoying, but nothing that we can do a whole lot about. Seven mana, of course, also is the amount of mana that he needs for Nexus of Fate, but Nexus of Fate without either Wilderness Reclamation or some Planeswalker outlet is not as good. I want to have the Jays because I want to have access to our discard magic, and also because we need to get a little bit on parity here with all those mystical teachings in terms of card selection and card quality. So apparently he's at a... I don't think they're playing more than 2 fail pushes. It's possible that they do, but do not assume so. And if they are, and he's just gonna go for another fail push here, then I'm gonna follow it up with Liliana. Worst case scenario, of course, would be Wilderness Reclamation here, but I think that he would have already played that one. What did he... Oh, another fail push. Alright. Alright then. A remand. Sure. So what I want to do now here is actually want to get rid of his one of his lands, I think. So if we counter this, could of course also just draw a card, but good draw my opponent. Good draw. So this way we both lose something, and he's off of 7 mana again, which is quite of importance to me. And having a fourth blue source here, we forced him to go for a green source, and by that he provided us with a fourth blue source, which I need for Snap Cryptic. So I'm quite good with that. Growth Spiral. So this turn, no Wilderness Reclamation, which I'm also good with. And now we have Liana up as well, so we can get rid of half of his mana base. Which will also shut down the last. Could also counter bounce, of course. This one and this one. So we're definitely getting rid of one of his colors here, and then we probably have a 3 turn clock, so 2 turns from now. Okay, green. Shit. Now we might be dead. Oh my goodness. He's gonna... He didn't Mystical Teachings. So he wants to do it in 1 turn. Okay. Oh no, he needs... yeah, sure, he needs black to accommodate the Mystical Teachings, of course. So it was triple good for us. Collective Brutality, probably something that we want. This one can go... Just blue mana here, nothing else. And no third land. Interesting. So he must be stacked with counter spells. Otherwise that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and now he's even gonna have to discard. Not sure, he could have... Alright. So the mystical teaching still has to get around our nimble, of course. It would be interesting if he also played a nimble now. No way! Alright. So he's got a nimble as well. And the Pulse of Murasa to back it up. So I think I want to have both of these. No. Dispel backup would be bad. Because we probably don't get around that one. Two cryptic commands. Interesting. Could be probably a spell snare actually that he had there. Very unlikely that this one will get through, but if he does have a spell snare, okay. Alright. So otherwise, like, we take one card here off of his hand, then we go Snapcaster, fall him, and then he's basically dead. So, good game. So what's going on, opponent? We're waiting more than a minute already. Alright then. Modern is a weird place right now where against half of the decks you actually might want to... Oh no. Basic mountains never good whatsoever. But it's probably gonna hit us here. I think I want to shock the Blood Crypt and play Jace. Alright. Even worse. Even worse. So now we're really fucked. Of course, Simmonsbury guy. Could have, of course, very well been just, yeah, Golden Rebel Master, sure. So we're looking for either Black Swords or Lightning Bolt. Let's see, he's also not flooded with mana here. So I guess the next thread that's coming around... Oh my fucking goodness. Well... Not good enough. I guess Cryptic Command's pretty far out of reach here. Now we need that Jace to live for this turn. So taking 8, going down to 7. No, Island is pretty much game over here. I think. Like, we kill Eidolon, take 2, then we snap to block the Goblin Rebel Master, but he creates 1 more, so we're at 1, and then we can get rid of the tokens, so this is a good game. Thoughtseize is gonna go because they're still pretty aggressive. Cryptic Command. Terminate. So Blood Moon does not change the super type of Gemstone Caverns, for instance. And since we still don't know if that's actually a Rakdos build or just mono red, I think I'm gonna go with Fulminator Mages here. Just anything that we can play, basically. And jump back into it. Could also go against fail push actually, but I would rather not, just because of Eidolon. It's not great against Golden Rebel Master, of course. We also don't know if he's interacting with the graveyard or whatever. So we're gonna play the Scalding Torn, fetch it for 1. Opponent's on a mulligan, but I guess his deck's pretty good on a new mulligan rule. Should hit us pretty consistently with a turn 2 or turn 3 Blood Moon. And this is really like, yeah, sometimes you would also face mono red in common modern matches, but this is really what the new mulligan rule enforces. This and Tron. If he's also playing Stone Rain, then we've probably already lost. But we got enough basics to get through here. Don't know what I just actually said, but so this is gonna be another blue source. This one I don't really mind, so just gonna go with this here in case of a Blood Moon. And now he's trying to decide on whether or not he wants to play a Goblin Rebel Master here on turn 2 or Blood Moon. But we only have, like, I would fetch Shock here for Steam Vents if it were to be a Goblin Rebel Master or an Eidolon. Alright, so now I'm not... Might also have a Chandra in hand, and thinking about playing that one. Oh, a Blood Moon. That really hits us pretty hard. Just kidding. Should not have anything. I'm just gonna play the other basic here to fuck him up. There would have been a consideration here to play Snapcaster Mage for value, but I don't want to be hit, or as long as we don't actually know his deck list, I don't want to be run over here. Probably a Chandra. Sure. Don't really care. Yep. Destroy and destroy. Have a good day. There is a logic node as well, which is pretty nice. So now feel the full force of our nimble obstructionist. And now we're just gonna attack till the logic node is gonna be used and abused, which apparently already is the case here, but I think actually I'm gonna hold up to this because I suspected Chandra is still in his hand, and in case nothing happens. Oh, Stone Rain. So he's playing Stone Rain indeed. Yep. Need to stop that one from happening. Mono red land destruction. What a fine deck. There's the Chandra that I was talking about. So read was still good. This one goes to the bottom, this one goes to the top. Do not want to show that one though. There he goes. Actually, I think I'm gonna wait here for one turn. We're gonna be hit by one, yes, sure. But now we have the ability to go Kolaghan's commands in order to kill the Rebel Master and also get rid of the Chandra, which otherwise we wouldn't be able to do. Sayonara. Sure. Apparently he wants to race us, which is fine by me. Another Chandra? Oh. Hazoret is actually a problem and super lucky that he drew that. So we're actually already dead next turn. And we just can't get rid of her. Like whatsoever. We would need a Rise Fall. With Rise Fall and a Kolaghan. No. We would need another Swamp first. So we put him down to 12, 10. So we block Hazoret. He might activate her. Then we will be dead next turn. So we have potential 9 damage here, plus 2 damage that we can deal additionally. So we need to return and deal 2 damage. Put him down to 16. We have another block, but that's only good if we also have another K command. There's also not a sorcery, so it can go whenever. Of course, a collective brutality now would be great, because with that card we can actually kill him. Nimble is also not bad because we can counter the Hazoret, but for that to happen we would need to have the Snapcaster Mage first. So putting him down to 10 here. Another K command, alright. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, but then we don't have a blocker. Like we could counter. Let's see. How do we actually do this? Fucking Hazoret. Is there any way to win this here? No, I think we're actually 1 damage short here. 1 life short. We would need 1 more attack step to win it, which we cannot get. K commands. Five, 3. Block discard. Alright, we're gonna go return to that one. Maybe he will wait until our turn, although that's very unlikely. But if he does, then we have a sequence that can win us the game. I bet he's just going to check out if Nimble actually costs 2 to cycle. Yeah, alright. Hazoret again, as Wizards sometimes does. I think the Theros gods were actually designed pretty well, although some of them were quite weak. But you actually had to accomplish quite a bit to get them on the battlefield and be indestructible. I mean, active as a creature. And the new gods are just insane to handle. They're always creatures, they like in our colors, they basically cannot be killed. So once they hit the battlefield, it's close to GG. And the gods that they just printed, I mean, you can't get rid of them at all. Like not in exile, not never. Which is also just bonkers. Like, why would you produce such cards? I like the enchantment theme on the other gods, though. I'd have to say. I guess let's hope that's a creature deck and then we can buy a little bit of time here. Otherwise we have a good curve, we just need 2 more lands. Probably better on the draw though. Well, alright. That is a weird play. We could either go with Fall here, but I think Kolgan's command is a little stronger in this situation. Unless he's also playing Gutshot, but looks like a common Burn Nest. Another Goblin guy, alright. So we probably want to go with Fall here. Light up the stage and Lightning Bolt. Have a look at our next card, then kill the Goblin Guide. Since you cannot deploy all the spells in hand, next turn we still have another shot here. Lightning Bolt, which I actually would like to have. So I guess for us it doesn't really make a difference here if we kill it, the Goblin Guide now or Fetch Shock. Light up the stage. Sure. Sue and the Critics and Riftbold, which can both not play. Another Riftbold and a Lightning Bolt. So I'm gonna take the Lightning Bolt here. He cannot play the Light Up the Stage in hand if he's gonna go. My goodness, we're drawing so many lands over this dude here. Alright, now we're still at 11 life. It's probably just gonna be a Riftbolt, yeah. No, actually he played it from hand. Which is weird because now they're just exiled, I think. I want to counter this just to get a little bit ahead here in tempo. So snap K command is probably what we want to be doing. If he doesn't do anything. No. Gonna wait one more turn here, and then we have Creeping Tar Pit up and the Cryptic Command up. Oh, friend, from now on you have to draw hots. We got all the stuff lined up here. So this is 12. We potentially have bring down to 10. Let's see if he has two. Alright, yeah, thought so. Probably had like still one School of the Critics or something like that. So thoughts he's gonna go. I want to have Counter Scroll. He's also playing at least 2 colors, maybe 3. So Fulminate Image might be prudent here. I think on the play here I want to cut one of these. Yep. Sadly, we're a little light on removal, and if he has a fast creature start, then we're probably dead before we see it. Unless that Goblin Guy's drawing us a couple of lands again. Okay, so we're going down to 8 next turn. Or we let the Goblin Guide hit us. Shit. Light up the stage usually certainly is what we want to do here, but only if we can kill the Goblin Guide, otherwise we might need to take it. Tough decisions here. It's all about the time that we get. get light of the stage and monster swift spear. All of this is pretty not good. So we know the last card in hand. One of the two cards is Stomping Ground. Need to shock. Next turn we have Kolaghan's Command, but that might already be too late. Especially with a secondary light of the stage in hand. And enough mana to cast all of it. Okay, command. Riftbolt and Extirpate. Probably suspending Riftbolt here. So we could of course just go after the Black Crypt, but with a Fulminated Mage, but then we can get rid of Swift Spear. And yet another Black Crypt in hand as well. Doesn't feel good here. Does not feel good. Any top deck and we're dead. Extirpate. Strange that he would board such a card. I guess we're still just gonna go after the mana base because he has so many cards that require him to have 3 mana. Let's go crack, sure. Alright then. So, well, nope. That was not correct. This one, I want to exchange to one of these. And now we're on the play. Probably gonna go with another Fulminated Mage. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit it. Need to keep. So since we can fetch both red and black here for just a little bit, I think we're gonna go with Serum Visions first. Usually when I have more counter spells in my sideboard, like Spell Pierce and stuff, I like to cut a little bit on the cantrips in this matchup because they're just super bad. Cost you time, and if it all goes wrong, then you also have to cast it into Eidolons, which of course isn't great. So opponent kept his hand. I guess we're gonna try the Jace, and then if he kills it, we still have Rise-Fall. Alright, Extirpate first. Let's see where this takes us. No creature is definitely not the worst thing. Two lands. Okay, good. So I believe it's despite not having cryptic up, if we don't do it this way, no, maybe. We either shock here or we just go. Oh, let's shock. Counter Squall and Lightning Bolt, both of which are pretty okay. Alright. 2 good hits. Gonna keep the Jace around just in case he draws a Goblin Guide or Swift Spear. And there we go. So now we need the Kolaghan's command here. Alternatively, we still have Lightning Bolt coming up, and then Counter Squall as a. Okay. What this basically calls for this action. So and now we're in top deck mode by our opponent. With 3 mana in play, we have 2 counter spells in hand, plus a removal spell, and he's completely out of gas. So what I'm going to do here is, okay, I would have gone with a Serum Visions here. Kept up Counter Squall, Lightning Bolt. We would have drawn an Island, then an Inquisition would have seen Island Bolt. Probably bottomed the Island here, and also bottomed the Bolt. We have a clock through one Ephemeral, and it would need at least 3 spells to get to us. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we would have won that anyway. Hello? Okay. Demoralized. Alright, next game up here. Don't even get to type in my new wireless password. Sure. Opponent is gonna think that we're on Death Shadow here. Hopefully we're not playing against a burn deck again. Otherwise we're probably just, yeah, yes, our favorite deck. Oh fuck. So we need to get rid of Pyromancer Ascension here because we just can't beat it. And that was Sarah Crescent, by the way. It's a really horrible matchup for us because we cannot deal with these bastard. Is it Phoenix? Sis. And if he finds a mana foes, then we're gonna be hit by a Phoenix next turn already. Probably go down to 10. Jace can keep a Phoenix somewhat in check. But he put 2 cards on bottom. Alright, this is something for next turn, I think. These 2 are gone now. Probably gonna... okay. Nimble. Nimble's interesting. I think we're gonna discard Terminate. Well, still has that big flyer in hand. So it might be prudent, but we also need to have a clock. We can't just lay back here and try to solve things that way. So this is a tough decision, but I think I'm going to go against Terminate. Well, no, I'm just going to discard that one. And then pass a turn. It's not playing main board removal, so that's fine. Opt. He's playing Lightning Bolt, of course, but he's not playing counter spells. My goodness. That's not a good sign. Actually, that was a mistake here. Should have responded to that trigger. I can also respond to the next one. But I don't want to be the proactive part here in going after that thing in the ice. So opponent's having a really close look here at our deck list. Now I'm gonna wait. I think he's not gonna play another spell here and wait for us to use Fatal Push. Yeah. So now after Phoenix resolves, I'm gonna push the thing in the ice, and then he can decide on whether or not he wants to get rid of the Jace to also flip his Phoenix. No way! What? Oh my god. Lol. Okay. That was unfortunate. Of course, you have another looting as well. It's just the most disgusting shit. Well, without that spell pierce, would have actually been pretty decent. So this one's gonna go, this one's gonna go, this one's coming in, this one's gonna go, this one's coming in. Icefall is okay, I want to have that. Actually, I might just want to have these two. Yeah. That is a horrible hand. Oh, okay. Let's see how far we get here. This is a spell bomb. Basically what I was looking for in this moment. And then turn 3 we can leave mana open to hopefully scare him off. So if this is getting hit by a spell pierce, then we're just probably dead. Sure. What else? I'm just laughing hard here. Like we had an Inquisition, he had a draw step, and then the very next turn. I've gotten a little bit greedy here, huh? Haven't we? Motherfucker. Okay. Okay, every point of damage counts here. Still gonna keep up that nimble. Alright, one more land that hits the bin. Sadly, no. Sadly, no. Mofo. So I believe... Oh, actually Kali does it better. Better than all the other stuff that we could be doing here. Of course, we could be attacking to put him at an 8, and then next turn we would have potentially have lethal. But we're taking one turn off here to protect us. from a really broken turn. No, don't care about thing in the eyes. So we're gonna bolt him. Terminate that dude. Attack and snap bolt, and he's also dead. So now on the draw here, I do not believe that we can actually win with Kalitas. He's a ground creature. We need to prepare for Blood Moon. Alright, let's try. We're gonna keep. So one good thing, our Neil spell is getting countered. Most problematic thing, well, he's probably gonna have either a turn 2 thing in the ice or a turn 2 Pyroman's Ascension. Pyroman's Ascension we can probably deal with. Thing in the ice would be very, very, very problematic here. Yep, thing is a problem. And remains to be a problem. So now we need to slow them down by both countering the Metamorphose that is coming around. Opt. Okay. So we have no... We can fetch whatever. No restrictions here. I think we need to wait a little bit more. Because then next turn Fulmina Mage can actually serve as some sort of protective unit, at least for one turn. And I'm gonna crack the Neil Spellbomb here as well. Okay, we have a big problem. Too many lands, way too many lands. Lightning bolt also doesn't really help. Alright, we just did. Good games, bro, good games. And that's the real problem here. Like, you can hate out the graveyard and then you're getting killed by Awoken Horror, and it's just not so cool. You have to play around the Blood Moon, you have to kill his graveyard, you have to kill his creatures, and then there's Planeswalkers. It's just... Also, with Faithful Zooting, they can play around hate so easily. So, just cut that Faithful Zooting from that deck and make it an even ground. And I'm good. So, yeah. Wireless password. Maximus butt. Alright. I guess we can keep this. Opponent's also on 7 cards. It's strong. What a final here. So, he didn't even mulligan, which is extra bad. So I probably want to have the Logic Knot. Probably don't want to have the Inquisition here. That will cost us too much time. Actually, the Logic Knot will also cost us time, so I'm gonna buy both. So the aim is to counter 1 or 2 spells. Hope that he stumbles just 1 turn. Doesn't look like it though. But thinking about it real hard, is he? Yeah, so as I said, trying to counter 1 spell here and then go Rise Fall him. Unless we were to draw another blue source. Then we could be thinking about alternative lines. Which of course we are not. Chromatic Star Expedition map. So natural Tron into Wilmog. Just the best. I refuse to lose to Tron here. I just refuse to. Too much of a bumpy ride up until here. Oh, let's try it. So I'm gonna counter the Ancient Searings or whatever is coming along. Might also think that we're just playing Logic Knot. Sylvan's Crying. Just another star. No, I don't think that I want to counter another star here. Also no sphere. So actually, we could also just be killing the Chromatic Star sphere because it's not an end of the battlefield trigger. But we're gonna go after the Pole Plant. Yeah, I think our opponent makes a lot of correct decisions in the way he sequences his spells. So next turn I am willing to stop what we were doing for just turn. Not go after one of these Tron lands. If he does have Tron indeed. An expedition map. Yes. And a forest. Okay. So we cannot crack the chromatic sphere and also go with the expedition map. And playing a forest here indicates that we should be going after his hand. Eighth Frag Tusk. Sure. Logic Knot I think is pretty good. This time I don't want to wait because with 8 mana he could also be playing Wallbreaker. And Wallbreaker of course would be just really bad for us. Still gonna go after the mine here. So now we're only gonna counter really important stuff. Like a Sylvan's Crying. Alright. Another Threat Tusk. Of course, we cannot counter a Thought Knot. It should come around, which of course it does. Okay, command is quite good though, in the sense that so we're gonna block the Thought Knot Seer, kill a tower. Yeah, a little bit of value out of this. Now I'm actually inclined to block this thing and get a card out of it. So this way we do not trade down really. Could have also of course tried to raise him or anything of the like. We have Caliban's command, snap K command up. The good thing about our discard suite is that might have just, yep, conceded. So we still have terminates for these Thought Knot Seers. I'm quite happy with the lineup overall. Only reasonable consideration here would be to also get rid of these two lightning bolts and instead plant these two Lilianas here. And I think I might be doing that. We'll keep one more land. We're in a pretty good position, I think. Of course, turn 3 Tron will still kill us. Probably. Well, let's see. He has seen Nimble already, therefore... Okay, so we're good. Well, I mean, we're not good, but there is an expedition map that we can potentially beat. Steam vents. Is there anything better than the Thoughtseize here? He's gonna play a land. Probably he doesn't have another Tron land in hand, so maximum is a forest. He might be cracking that expedition map on his turn just to play land, and that would probably say that we want to use this now. Because he would have to have multiple green sources in hand. Yeah, and the Sylvan Scrying there. Okay. So now we actually have to hope that he has a land drop and doesn't need to crack the expedition map here. Okay, just drew a tower apparently. Okay, tower go. So whatever he has in hand. He might have a Wonka engine in hand as well, of course, but apparently doesn't. We could go with K command here. Despite the fact that we don't really have anything to show for. If he had an Ulamog, I think he would have played it, so let's see. We're walking very thin line here now. Could counter it. But as long as he has Tron assembled, we don't have anything. Okay, just playing a land here. And goes. Might be another land, of course. Close quarter. That's actually not too bad to get out of sand. Another cryptic command. Probably keep us safe for one more turn. Damn it. Ugin is gonna get countered by Counter Squall so that we can deploy Nimble. And now I think the main thing that we really have to worry about is Ulamog, although with this setup that we have right now, we can counter the trigger of Ulamog. But now I'm done playing around. Just gonna go with 2-turn clock here and go a straw step, snap. Okay, come on. No. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the league. It was a pretty tight one, but also a pretty good one. See you around soon, and I'll probably be uploading a couple of videos this week because I'm still in holiday leave, whatever, and therefore I got a little bit of time. So have a good week guys, and see you around.